it's time to ring in the new episode.
Oh, okay.
Ring it in. Ring, ring, ring.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
Hello, welcome to And That's Why We Drink, the True Crime and Paranormal podcast.
Yes, that one.
That's the one.
Gio says hi from afar. He's actually sleeping right now. I bet his little paws are dancing.
He had daycare today, so he is tired.
Was he such a social butterfly?
I mean, probably not. He takes after me, but we can hope for the best.
So sweet.
How you doing, Em?
I'm all right.
Yeah?
No.
Oh.
Well, I mean, it's not like I got a fucking spinal tap or anything, so I guess I'm great.
Well, how many episodes do you think it'll be when we stop bringing that up?
When I die. That episode.
Oh, okay. Your funeral episode.
And then, like, when you... Clearly, I'm not around to stop you from using a Ouija board and you try to contact me. You'll know it's me when it says spinal tap.
No more spinal taps.
I'm okay, but I have been trying very hard to be better with my mental health.
Oh, amen.
And in turn, am destroying my physical health.
Oh, no.
Because I'm so fucking tired all the time. So I've been trying to wake up early and go to the gym before work.
But that sounds like physical health.
Well, I feel like I'm dying. I don't know if that's like good or anything.
That's part of the fitness journey.
That's the fun of it.
That's why we love it.
You survive the near-death experience every day and then go to work.
Feel like we're dying.
So I've been doing that. I've been eating way healthy.
I like how I say we as if I'm also doing that.
Well, hashtag shedding for the wedding.
Hashtag
considering now I'm also at the altar. So
if you guys are listening to this backwards, like some people apparently do, you'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out. Get to the next episode. You'll find out why I'm also at the altar.
A lot of people cried.
Aw.
It made me cry when other people cried.
Well, spoiler, in case you are listening to this backwards, Christine left Blaze for me. So we're actually getting married.
Welcome to the Schultz-Schieffer wedding.
Oh, I do hate and love that if we were to have a celebrity name and we were going with our last names, like you can't use it. Like we don't have anything interesting for the first three letters. We share the same three letters.
It would be just like the same name.
Yeah.
But Blaze and I tried to do that, and I was like, what about Blistine? And he was like, that's fucking awful.
Sounds
Stop.
like a blister.
And then I said, what about Blisterine? And he was like, you need to stop talking.
Okay, but that's nice.
I thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was too.
Thank you.
I also thought I Love Lamp was pretty great until you decided to crush that.
We're doing that still.
Anyway, I'm hating my life because I'm trying to better my life. And I'm trying to get out. Well, my depression isn't as bad as it has been. But I'm openly speaking about this because I've gotten a lot of emails from a lot of people saying that they really appreciate us talking about our mental health issues.
It really is such a wonderful opening experience when people are like, thank you for bringing that up.
Well, a lot of people have written in and said that we've helped them either discover their own mental issues of, needing someone to talk to.
Yeah.
Or they just like not feeling alone. The fact that we're millennials and a very large portion of us have this.
That's beautiful.
But, so I'm trying to do better, but I'm doing all the exact opposite things that anyone with depression wants to do. So I'm eating better and waking up early and making myself move around.
Good for you, though. That's a huge deal. It's a huge deal.
Anyway, that's why I drank, except not because now I don't drink milkshakes anymore. I've been drinking protein shakes and smoothies.
Unsweetened iced tea.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I have been drinking. It's not great.
I love it.
I'm from the South and have never had tea without sugar in it before and not hated it.
I know. I get it.
So I'm just miserable all the time. Also, I'm drinking a gallon of water a day, so I might have to pee halfway through this.
Are you always peeing? Because
Yes is the answer to that.
I'm always peeing and I'm always dehydrated. So if I were drinking a gallon of water a day...
Imagine drinking a gallon of wine a day. Oh, you already do.
I'm sorry. Has this turned into the... Let's bash Christine because I'm uncomfortable with my current habits?
It's because I hate myself and I need to drag you down.
Listen, I'm always open for us to drag each other down.
That's fine. Why are you drinking? Drag me down.
Okay, sure. Let's talk about it. Let's just say I'm drinking because a few months ago, I don't know what's TMI on this episode. Is anything TMI? I mean, on this podcast.
Really, nothing's TMI.
Okay.
You have Crohn's disease.
Listen, We talked about spines.
Oh, no. Yes, we do.
That was the extreme level. So
We talked about my UTI.
We talked about UTIs and spines. So if you're not comfortable with that, go away.
Okay, so let's just bring it to the next level.
So let's go. So I got my Nexplanon birth control rod out of my arm. I got it taken out. And
Because you're trying to have a baby or no? Because that's something we're going to get a lot of messages about.
Lord, no.
Okay, that's settled now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
A lot of people were pulling their cars over to ask if you're trying to have a baby.
Everyone was crashing their cars into trees and saying, "What is happening? Geo should be the only child." And with you,
Amen.
I agree.
Yes.
With all of you, I agree. No. I just got it out because it made me crazy. It made me gain like 40 pounds. And when I say like, I mean actually. It made me, my depression and anxiety like skyrocket. And I was just over it. And I finally got it out. And it took like months for somebody to finally help me get rid of it. And now I'm finally going back to my normal self, I think. And it's funny because I'm just suddenly very emotional about everything. Like when
When I first met Christine, she was like an emotional wreck all the time because
Always.
her emotional wall isn't much of a wall as it is a flat ground where emotions can just go right through wherever they want. So she cries to a lot of like dog commercials,
Kroger commercials,
anything. But so now
pharmacy commercials.
now she's back to her old self and we're so happy.
Yeah, it's great. And I feel like I'm finally back to normal. And I am crying a lot, but mostly like, oh, everything makes me so emotional. And also, I feel like I'm finally back to my normal self and I feel comfortable in myself and I feel happy and normal again. So that's why I drink, because I'm just excited to be back.
Yay!
Yay. I have something to tell you about.
Is it bad?
Some things to tell you.
Is it bad?
No.
Okay.
We just got a lot of stuff in the mail.
Yeah!
I know.
So it's all good then.
Except
Oh no.
for that horse head. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
It's all good.
Got
me. Good one, Christine.
Zinger.
You stole that from old time TV. Okay. We got a lot of Christmas cards,
Aw.
which are so sweet. This is from the Sigsby Ludkin family. Ludking? I don't know. But look at it. It's so cute.
This is precious.
Okay.
And I love that they're LGBT.
Well, a lot of them are actually. It's very sweet. I know. This one, it says, Merry's Christmas, love Bacon Bits and Janae at Bacon Bits Kitty. And it's a fucking cat with its tongue out. It's hilarious.
Oh my gosh, that's brilliant.
And I looked up Bacon Bits Kitty on Instagram, and I think Geo follows it now. So that's
wonderful.
a winner.
This is so great.
We got this card. This is really wonderful from Chelsea. # Team Milkshake.
Thank you.
Just
Let me
kidding.
see. There's
This
an
is
elephant
for
on
M.
it.
I know.
Also, did you know elephants
Are
are
my favorite animal?
they are the animal mascot for psychology
Wait, really?
because an elephant never forgets.
Well, do psychologists never forget?
No, but it's like a brain thing.
No, whatever. I love elephants.
Okay. Yeah, you got one on your arm.
I do have one on my arm. That's right. We also got this really sweet letter from Nicolette, Reed, Georgia, and Woody, and it came with this amazing Christmas card also.
Oh, also LGBT.
Look, turning around. It's just all these pictures of them and their pups. It's so precious.
So, Dawn, we now are gay apparel. Am I right?
You're right.
Oh, I love it so much.
And then Desiree,
Okay.
our listener, sent us each a gift.
Each.
I got the most wonderful Marauders Map Harry Potter wine glass. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
Oh, Harry Potter.
Something
There
heavy
it
just
goes.
fell.
A Harry Potter wine glass.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yes.
That's fucking great.
And then this is for you. To keep your milkshakes cold.
It's a chill cup.
Yeah.
Oh, 30 ounces. She knows me.
Yeah. She's
knows
on
me.
it. She's on top of it.
So it's a 30-ounce stainless steel tumbler with a spill-proof lid, a stainless steel straw, and a straw cleaner, and a cork coaster.
Wait, it comes with a straw cleaner. That's fancy. And a
Ooh.
coaster?
Cork coaster.
So
I
you
love
can-
this. So I can keep my milkshakes nice and cold on my 40-minute commute to you.
And you can keep my lovely IKEA table free of any
Rings.
rings.
This is fucking amazing.
It gets better.
Shut. No, it does not.
There's more.
And I'm going to crack this open. Chill cups. Thank you, Desiree, before I forget. This is amazing.
Thank you, Desiree. Also, we got a really nice letter from Jacob in Salem, Oregon, who has the most perfect...
Oh my God, Jacob, your handwriting needs to be on a TV show.
It's...
I'm not trying to recruit
guys,
Jacob.
Let's just make a TV show about Jacob's handwriting.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But look how perfect it is.
Yeah. I like Dear M and Steen.
Wait. Oh my God, I love that.
Steen.
When I was little, my friends called me Stina.
Aw, that's precious.
Okay, want to know what else?
Yeah.
I mean, it gets better.
Stop it.
Okay.
You know what's fun, though, before we go any further? This is exactly a month after Christmas. So it's like Christmas all over again.
It is a month after Christmas. And
Yeah.
it's 1 week before a 1 year episode.
You know what that means? Oh, well, that's... Yes.
But also, what does it mean?
Also, that means we're 12th way till Christmas. Yay!
Thank God.
Oh, it's already been such a tough year.
I'm waiting so hard.
Okay, I want to see what's in your hand.
Also, Adrian is just the most wonderful gem. She's an artist in San Francisco, California. You can find her at Adrienne, ADRIENNE, Higley, HIGHLEY.com. And she said, I just heard on the podcast that your pendulum broke. This is one I made specifically for spirit and chakra work. Hope you like it.
Shut up.
She made me. It has quartz, amethyst, sodalite, adventurine.
It looks really
something.
cool.
But anyway, it's made of all sorts of beautiful gemstones, and she described what each means, and it's
got a skull on it.
It's beautiful, and I can't get over it. It's perfect.
That's amazing.
I actually teared up when I opened it. It's so fucking gorgeous. And then someone sent this for my denim jacket, for my jean jacket.
You know you love a good pin.
So I love a good pin. I threw away the envelope because I'm a dumbass. But we got these pins. They're the best. There's literally a fucking
What is it?
boxed wine pin that says fancy AF, and it looks
Shut up. It looks like your Franzia or whatever.
It's a Franzia pin.
Oh, man. I like how the company, by the way, guys, is called Garbage Humans.
I was about to say.
It sounds like something we would have created.
And then this is the one. The other one.
Let me see.
Read it.
Oh, it's a Ouija board that says, ho, don't do it.
Which is M talking to me.
Every time you're like, let's play with the Ouija board. And I'm like, ho, don't do it.
Oh, man.
This is amazing.
It's so sweet. And so I'm going to put this on my denim jacket. And, dude, I have your card here, and I didn't write down your name. Is your name? Here it is. D something. D.
Thanks, D something.
Thanks. And then last but not least,
Yes.
we have this. Okay. I ordered, so on the secret group, it's called the Secret ATWWD group, podcast group.
Yeah.
I don't know, something like that. It's on Facebook, and every Saturday we do Small Business Saturdays. And I love going through and seeing what everybody sells on Etsy or what their own, what they create and sell online, small businesses. It's so much fun. And I found this woman named Tammy. She creates clothes. And so I went on her website and I fell in love with this dress. And I ordered it. Here
All
it is.
right.
It's just like a really beautiful black dress.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's made of bamboo rayon.
Ooh.
I know, fancy. And then she wrote in the card, by the way, I added in some goodies for M and Geo because how could I not?
Aw. Tammy. What is this? What is this? It's a tie-dye shirt? Oh, man.
I mean,
It's a tie-dye shirt. Is it also made from bamboo rayon?
are you ready?
Tell me.
M's shirt is upcycled and hand-dyed by yours truly. I mean, come on.
No way.
That's an upcycled hand-dyed shirt.
This is such a nice shirt. This is tie-dye for... Get it?
Everything in me wants to hate that, but also I can't help but love it.
It's so good.
And then
More?
Geo
Oh, sweet baby G.
has
My heart's melting. I can see a corner of it.
an upcycled bandana,
Oh, we match.
tie-dyed.
I can't breathe.
So Tammy's shop, if you guys want to check it out, which by the way, the dress is fucking gorgeous. She like hand dyes everything.
This is amazing.
Custom made. It came really quickly. It's really incredible. Her shop is called, I think it's called Shugs, SUGS.
Okay.
So go to Shugs shop, but it's spelled with a PE.com. So
Ooh, a fancy shop.
yes, the fanciest. SUGSSHOPPE.com to check out her clothes. She also said that anyone who's a listener, she'll give 25% off using the code ATWWD25.
Nice.
So that's from Tammy. So thank you, Tammy. I love my new dress, and I'm just so stunned that you sent M and Gio each their own gift.
That's amazing.
Really fucking sweet.
I cannot wait to wear my shirt and drink out of my chill 30-degree cup and look at some gay Christmas cards while you wear your pins and your dress.
Everything's perfect.
And I read all of these handwritten letters.
I mean, literally everything's fucking perfect. We even have the disembodied foot crocheted on the table.
Ugh.
Everything's perfect.
We keep saying we're gonna like get a bookshelf to put all of our merch on.
Oh, it's on my wedding registry at Zola.com. Do you think
All right,
I'm kidding? No, I'm not kidding.
All right, guys. So if you get Christine anything on her Zola registry, you might actually be getting it for our studio.
I'm not kidding. Probably 20% of the things on my registry are for our podcast.
Yay!
Shh, don't tell boys. I told him that they were really important to our marriage.
As am I, which is why I'm in the wedding.
Thank you. Exactly. Someone understands.
Wow, I'm overwhelmed.
Are you? Because I am also.
Oh, yes.
What do we
yes.
do if both of us are overwhelmed?
We start talking about other people's problems.
Oh, that's the key.
Yes.
Do you like leggings?
I know about 1 million people who do.
Okay, well, you're going to need to write this down so you can tell them this.
Okay, so I can buy something for my mom and Allison and you and Gio.
I mean, all of the above. So Fabletics is fashionable premium activewear at a great value, and Kate Hudson is a co-founder, so you know this stuff is good.
Oh my.
Fabletics makes the world's best leggings, no joke. They deliver on a performance level so you can get the most out of your workout, but they're so cute that you can wear them anywhere. From bar class, if you're fit, like not me,
Right.
to brunch,
Which is where we would probably be.
we'd be eating food,
Or just a bar.
and then like later at the bar. So they've got you covered. Their leggings are available in sizes of XXX small to 3X in petite, regular, and tall lengths.
Nice.
I know, right? Anyone can shop Fabletics, but the best way to do it is to become a VIP member. You get 40 to 50% off retail prices, exclusive access to deals from fitness and wellness partners, and rewards points for free stuff.
Free.
Every month, Fabletics releases cool new styles. It's definitely something you guys want to look forward to. You go on the website, check it out, decide if you want to buy something, and if not, do not worry. You can just skip the month and pay nothing. So I like the Solar style the best. It's basically what I wear every single day. I've been a member for 3 years now, I think. And I've been a huge fan for a long time. If you guys want to get your own 2 pairs of their amazing leggings for just $24, visit fabletics.com/drink. You can get 2 pairs of their amazing leggings for just $24. They're a $99 value, and you'll get 2 for only $24 when you join fabletics.com/drink. That's
fabletics.com/drink.
ba-dum-bum.
All right. This story has been brought to my attention by 3 different people.
Oh, man.
One person named Emily, one person named Kaya, and one person named Kia. All email. So they all recommended the Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel.
Banff, like badass motherfucker?
No, Banff with 2 F's and an N before the F's.
That's not a word.
Well, then I made it up.
Say it again. The Fairmont
Banff. Like band, but with 2 F's instead of a D.
Okay.
Springs Hotel.
You know what? I'm not going to fight it. Just go forward.
Well, it's in my homeland.
Your homeland, Canada.
Yes, so
Finally learned it.
so I might as well, do something from my homeland. That just makes the most sense to me.
Sure, it makes so much sense. I can't even get over how much sense it makes.
So anyway, it is a hotel in Banff, surprise, surprise, which is in Alberta.
Okay.
So
That's a real place.
yeah, I mean, we're Americans, so we don't have to know geography of anywhere. I think of Canada as just one mass full of the friendliest people on
Here's
earth.
the thing. Em's always like, I love Canada. I'm from there. And then is like, what? Canada has different provinces? What does that mean? And I'm like,
I'm also like, what's a province?
And then everyone is like, hi, we're so proud to have you as a podcaster. And I'm like, hey, at least Christine understands that fucking like Alberta is different from British Columbia, but okay.
You know what I do like that a lot of people, they'll email me, and when they think they're like making it in, saying like, I'm from Canada, and it, like they put it in the subject title to like get my attention, so I'll read their email first, and I'm like, all right.
Well, and I used to read the emails just me, and I'd be like, well, fuck you. No, I'm just kidding.
Anyway,
go on.
Let's get to the first point.
All right.
So it's the most popular of all Canadian hauntings. That doesn't mean it's the most haunted. It's just the most well known as a haunted house. It is perhaps the most famous. This is a quote from its website. Perhaps the most famous of all luxury Canadian railway hotels, which I didn't even know there was one.
And you know that's
so it
something.
Just might be the most famous. You're not
mean,
wrong. It was built in 1888, which is 3 years after the year that Marty McFly traveled in to save Doc in the third movie of Back to the Future.
That's how you can triangulate its time period.
Also, Michael J. Fox is Canadian, so that's a sign to me.
A sign of what exactly?
I'm a lunatic.
Okay, great. That's my sign all along. Okay.
The hotel was initially built for tourists looking for a luxury wilderness experience.
Right, me too.
That sounds like my mom trying to be adventurous.
That sounds like my fucking nightmare.
Let's go outdoors, but in a luxurious way.
That's like when I'm like, Blaze, let's pick a honeymoon. And he's like, why don't we go to an underground Thailand backpacking trip? And I'm like, can we go to Sandals, Jamaica?
Reason a million why you and I should just like go on a vacation together, and Allison and Blaze should go on their own trip.
And thank you.
Somewhere.
And listen, I'm joking. When I say Sandals, Jamaica.
And Blaze can come.
I'm quoting Michael Scott. I'm kidding. But at the same time, for my honeymoon, I don't want to be Anthony Bourdaining all over Thailand.
That's why you should have your honeymoon with me, and Allison can have, or Blaze can have his honeymoon with Allison, because Allison's like, yeah, let's eat fucking bugs and hang out in the mud.
This is literally...
And you and I are like, a luxury tiny house for the Instagram? Let's go.
We're like, our listeners will love this Facebook Live.
Also, but if we had a honeymoon together, hands down would be in a haunted house.
Fuck yes, it would be. And also, it would be a place where they feed us breakfast.
Christine, if I were marrying you, our honeymoon would have so much wine. I'd have you in a hot tub of wine.
Get out of here.
I'm not kidding.
Let's get married.
I'm gonna marry you.
What if at my wedding...
Blaze.
Right, sure. What about my wedding when you're officiating the wedding? Instead, you're like,
I just sneak in my own vows.
And I'm like, yes. And we're like, oh, fuck, it's like a romantic comedy. And now we're going to sit in a wine hot tub.
It's like that movie with Patrick Dempsey of Maid of Honor.
Oh, right.
I'm the Maid of Honor, apparently.
Fantastic.
Yep. Can't wait to marry you. Wink. Which way do I mean it?
The Mr. of Honor. We'll make our own movie.
Can you imagine if someone made it and That's Why We Drink a movie? It would just be us crying in corners with the Ouija board on fire.
It would be us. Listen, somebody posted in the group, well, Christine should be on an episode of Drunk History. And I almost cried because I was like, I don't think anyone realizes that when I moved to LA, I told myself my dream would be to get this Nickelodeon fellowship, which I fucking did somehow. Mm-hmm. Vision board.
Yes.
And to be on Drunk History. And I've told Blaze so many times, like, my ultimate dream in Hollywood is to be on Drunk History.
Well, Christine and I have said this, and I'm making sure this goes on record so everyone else can hear it. So if this comes out before we get a chance, we had the fucking idea. Christine and I have talked about if we could make a show out of And That's Why We Drank. If we could, like, make a series out of this, it would be Drunk History, but instead of Drunk History, it was drunk people's spooky stories. Yes. And like people trying to talk about like, I saw a ghost, but they're drunk and like just slurring everywhere, and so it's just a ridiculous ghost story,
and then they reenact it.
Yes.
And here's the thing, somebody posted a poll in the group saying, what network should we contact to get Em and Christina's show?
All of them.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see it. If everyone harasses every network, one of them is bound to listen.
It was
so
perfection.
Go.
And then someone also posted, which character are you most like on that? And That's Why We Drink. And I guess...
Which character? I hope I got M.
It was a BuzzFeed quiz. No, I'm just kidding.
For a second, I was like, oh my God, did we make it on BuzzFeed?
No, well, we already did.
Okay, hair flip. I'm sorry, did we make it on BuzzFeed again for the 1000th time?
Millionth time?
That was the shittiest thing we've ever done.
We're garbage.
Yeah.
We're garbage.
I'm sorry. I hated myself. If everyone else is like signing off permanently on the show, I would too.
We hate ourselves. No, someone made a thing about like what character are you? It was like a poll, and apparently Blaze and Alexander were on there, but nobody voted for them. And so Blaze was like, "Well, fuck that poll," and was like, "Does anyone even know me?" And then my brother was like, "Behind every great podcaster is a strong man who supports her financially." And I was like, "You guys are such fucking assholes," and they thought it was hilarious.
I wish we could go back to the poll and the only person who is Blaze is Blaze. Like, you just look at who voted and it's like...
That's what I said. I was like, "Did you even vote?" He's like, "No." I was like, "Well, that's why, because you never participate."
How many people were me?
Apparently I was winning.
Well, see? Team wine.
You were second, and then Gio was third.
That's still a feat.
Actually shocked that Gio was not first.
I was expecting to be the third out of those three.
I think it's just that I was first.
Was Allison an option?
Yes.
Was anyone Allison?
Yes.
What?
Blaze and Alexander were the only ones that were not part of the... But apparently the only... I assume the only reason I was first is like people are like, "Oh, I also drink too much and don't really know facts." But I like to pretend that I do. So
sure.
That's they're like, "Ugh, I want to be M, but I associate with Christine more."
Right. I'm just not as relatable. I get
You're
it.
not as relatable.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just like a bunch of minorities put together in one human being.
You're just like the best of everything rolled up into one big ball of perfect.
I'm like the best of everything and a worst nightmare.
Oh my God, is that a Fall Out Boy lyric?
Actually, I'm Pete Wentz. So
if you were Pete Wentz, we'd have a whole nother issue going on. All right, tell me about Ghosts. I'm sorry.
Can you imagine if Pete Wentz, I'm sorry. Can you imagine if he was the one marrying you and Blaze? Like, would you actually want to marry Blaze at that point?
No. Well, no, I don't give a shit about Pete Wentz. If Patrick Stump were there.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so this building, the luxury wilderness experience, blah, blah, blah. It's known as the Castle of the Rockies.
Okay.
Okay. And it's so famous that several celebrities have checked into the hotel, including Marilyn Monroe and Queen Elizabeth II and Helen Keller.
Oh, shit.
So anyway, that was all the history.
Wow. You didn't give me a chance to write all of that down.
Helen Keller was there, and that's all you need to know.
Okay.
The winning hand of apples to apples every time was at this hotel at one point in her life.
That is...
enough
for me.
So there are four, I think there's 3 main ghosts in a haunted room.
Okay.
That we've got to get into. So one of the ghosts, his name is Sam. Sam was a bellhop. He immigrated from Scotland and he worked at the hotel for 40 years.
Whoa.
And he liked his job so much that he swore he would haunt the hotel after he died, which is very dramatic to me.
I mean, what's his name?
Sam,
you need to relax.
Oh, okay. I'll let him know you said that.
Thanks.
So he stuck with his word and he now haunts the hotel, and very actively and very shamelessly. So he is known for like small things such as turning on lights and like opening elevator doors when like no one's there to press the button or anything. But he's also known for very big things such as interacting with the guests face to face.
Oh man.
So people say that they have been helped by an old Scottish man in an old-fashioned bellman uniform, and he's been known to open doors for them, to help people into locked rooms, and to perform wake-up calls.
Oh my! Ew! Wait! Ew.
No, but like he'll like knock on the door, and like you'll think that a live bellman is helping you, and people have gone down to the front desks and said like, "Oh, that one Scottish bellman was just so nice," or like they'll like try to like send their comments like help them out with the manager and be like, "Oh, the one with the Scottish accent," and they're like, "He died."
I feel like that's my stepdad in the afterlife. Like, I will still wake you up before school at 5:30 in the morning by pulling your covers off.
Well, so one of the guests commented to the front desk about the helpful bellhop, and the employees were like, "Oh, that's Sam," which is kind of fucked up to me in that like all the girl said was the helpful bellman, and they're like, "That's Sam." Like, because no one else could be helpful on our staff.
The only helpful one is dead.
Why are you hiring anyone then?
Jesus.
So the most helpful person that works there is dead, by the way.
I mean, he must have known it before he died. He was like, I gotta stick around for this to...
I guess so. I wonder what the Yelp reviews are like. Everyone alive is horrible.
Listen, if you can, get that dead guy.
Honestly, could you give him a ring for me?
Honestly, like, get him to wake you up in the morning. It's very pleasant.
Well, this is the best part of what he does, and I'm going to take a page out of his book when I die. He accepts cash tips.
Me too.
But the thing I would not do as a ghost is he returns the money.
No.
And he puts it in a different pocket than you originally had it.
Why? I mean, I guess you can't use cash as a ghost.
But imagine tipping a bellhop in front of you, like putting money in his hands, and then he vanishes before your eyes, and you're like, this ghost fucking stole my money. And then you find it like in your shoe or like under your hat or like in like weird ass places. Like
So
one guy found it in his sock.
So he's like the old-timey Chris Angel,
Yes.
where he's like, woo.
He's like Fagin from Oliver Twist. Like he's like Dodger.
I don't know what that is.
But a very, very good pickpocket.
Oh. He's like, watch what I can do.
Yeah.
But he's also not a pickpocket because he wants to like give you the money
He's
back.
like a reverse pickpocket because he lets you hand him the money on your own, but then sneaks it back into your clothes.
That's really ideal because like
We all, honestly, everyone needs a good reverse pickpocket.
a reverse one, because when you go to the hotel and you're like already paying a lot of money and then there's people helping you and you're like, oh, well, I want to support you and help you. But then you're like, wow, I just paid like $30 more than I expected to pay. And then blah, blah,
Or like
blah,
when you
blah.
look at your bank account, it says like $2. It's like, wow, I could really use a reverse pickpocket right now.
Like, wow, those $2.
Like I need the tooth fairy without my teeth falling out of my head. Just, I need money under my pillow when I wake up. You get it.
Listen,
This is taking a lot of turns.
I always get it.
So he accepts cash tips and then hides it on you in a different place than you had it. Several people have identified him as a real person and have spoken to him and know exactly what he looks like. They could even smell his cologne. But out of nowhere, in the middle of your conversation, he will just vanish in front of your eyes.
In the middle of a conversation.
Yeah, also rude. He's like, look, I did my magic trick and you're not
It's
appreciating
like, blah,
it.
blah, blah, you're boring.
It's like, I got other people to attend to. Two ladies staying at the hotel called the bell desk for assistance because their room key wasn't working. And what they didn't know is that the bellman on duty was actually busy with other guests and couldn't get to them for like 15 minutes. But when that bellman got to them, they were already in their room.
No.
And they were like, oh, the older gentleman dressed in an older version of the uniform
He had
helped
a
us.
kilt? No. Sorry.
Anyway, their description perfectly matched Sam with his kilt, apparently. So he's like the hotel's Batman. Like, he just finds the people who need help and saves them.
Oh my god, what a guy.
But in a kilt.
But like, right, no underwear
Like,
involved.
Batman plus Oliver Twist in a kilt.
I mean,
It's everything you want.
it's everything Hollywood wants. Trademark. Do not steal this idea.
Also Scottish / CK. How you doing?
CK, what's up? M and I are trademarking this movie. Do not steal it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, bye.
Sam has been seen... First of all, let's stop right there. Let's get back to our movie deal that we have apparently in the mix right now with this whole idea.
Right, yes, trademark.
This is our first episode of Drunk Paranormal Stories. Can you imagine some drunk person being like, Batman in a kilt? That's a perfect pitch. He's Oliver Twist and Batman, but Scottish, and helping you out of your hotel room.
It's called Drunk History, Please Call Us.
It's called...
Vision Mantle.
I can't even get through this fucking story.
I'm sorry.
It's my fault. Sam has been seen also in his old office of the hotel, which, fun fact, is now a guest, like a room for guests.
Oh.
So a lot of people will go into their room or even come out of the shower and walk into the bed area and just see him sitting on their bed in in a business outfit or as a bellhop or like doing paperwork or
He's just sitting on their bed. Oh.
and they think that they're in the wrong room or that the room is like occupied by another guest, and so they freak out. But then when he realizes that they can see him, he vanishes.
Whoa, that's so creepy.
Imagine going into your hotel room and there's just someone sitting there.
Imagine leaving
you're
the
like-
shower and going into your hotel room. and being
Imagine
like,
because he thinks that's his room. Imagine him going to like go pee and you're in the bathroom.
oh my fucking god.
Horrifying. One guest actually woke up to a man in a bellhop suit sitting on her bed and folding towels in the middle of the night.
Oh, fuck.
And her first thought was, I thought it was my dad. It's like, why is your dad in a bellhop suit in the middle of the night sitting on your bed?
Listen, your dad doesn't do laundry.
Well, apparently it was him doing his off-duty towel folding, which does not make sense to me.
Off-duty towel folding.
It's an oxymoron.
Right, sure.
So that's Sam. We're done with Sam.
Sam, we're not done
But
with
he's
you.
not done with us.
Never.
Never.
That's his tombstone epithet.
So the next story is a young couple was getting married in the hotel in the 1930s, and they were holding their like wedding banquet at the hotel, and they also had rented out like the honeymoon bridal suite.
Right.
So anyway, the bride, they just got married. The bride was walking up the stairs where the ballroom was.
Uh-oh.
And her husband, this is the sad part, her husband was waiting at the top.
What?
It's like he watched this happen.
What? What happened?
Her wedding gown brushed up against one of the candles that was lining the staircase.
And
caught on fire.
No.
Scared that her dress was on fire, she tripped over her dress and her high heels on the slippery marble staircase and fell down the stairs and died from breaking her neck. While also on fire.
I'm sorry. What the fuck?
Imagine being, okay, so really like no pressure, but you're about to get married, and if me or Blaze have to watch that shit happen, we're just going to keep you away from marble staircases that day.
Keep me away from high heels,
Fire.
candles, marble staircases,
Anywhere where you can break your neck.
any staircase.
Honestly, we're just going to
stairs.
make you just sit until you have to get married, and then we're going to make you sit again.
You're going to put me on a little wagon and roll me down the aisle.
Yes.
Listen, no, fuck that. That's horrifying. That's so sad.
So many have seen this bride walking down the stairs in the middle of the night in the hotel. People have also seen her in other areas of the hotel wearing her dress. Both staff and guests have reported feeling cold spots where she died, and many have heard a thump while on the stairs and heard the sound of bones breaking.
Oh, that's a new one for a ghost story.
Yeah. So they're hearing her last sounds, basically.
Fucking shit.
At night, people hear a woman screaming, a woman crying, a man yelling no, which is heartbreaking, or they've heard the crackle of fire.
What the fuck?
Others have seen her in the ballroom dancing, like dancing on her own because she never actually got to the ballroom. And when they see her dancing, her dress is on fire and her head is twisted backwards from her neck being broken.
That's a horror movie.
Staff have also reported strange noises coming from the bridal suite even when nobody is staying there.
She's like, I just want to lose my virginity to this guy.
I just don't want to be pure anymore.
God damn it.
So that's her. That's homegirl.
That's so sad.
Staff.
Do we know her name?
No.
Oh.
The Phantom Bride.
What a name to go out with, though.
That will be your name in a few months, I'm sure.
The Phantom Bride Jr., I'll take it.
So staff have said that it is hard to keep room 692 booked, which is interesting because 692 is my birthday.
692.
June 92.
Oh.
Birth year. Birth time.
It's like the epoch that you were born in.
Yes.
Sure.
The beginning of the end, I like to call it.
It's funny that I also call it that. Okay, go on. It was the beginning of the end. Em?
Yeah.
I'm getting married.
No.
Surprise!
Oh, yeah, I'm marrying you. I forgot.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm not marrying... Well, Blaze is marrying you. But I'm also marrying you too, Blaze.
I think you say that, though. I'm marrying you.
I'm
I'm marrying you too.
Like, I'm gonna marry you.
Also.
I'm also gonna marry Blaze.
We're also going to all get married at the same time.
Actually, I've joined in on the engagement, guys.
You know, the best part about that is you get to be part of our registry on Zola.com.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Love it.
So I actually have made our Zola registry this week. I spent many hours.
Hours?
Many hours, yes.
Okay.
Curating it, and it's just perfection.
Really?
I'm so excited. Zola, if you guys don't know, it's free, easy to use, fun. It's basically reinventing the wedding registry and planning process to make the happiest moment in your lives even happier. Over 300,000 couples have used Zola, And it's everything you love about your favorite department store, plus things like honeymoon funds, fitness classes, wine subscriptions, and so much more. You better believe I signed up for the wine subscriptions.
This is the exact reason why my mom also uses Zola,
Yep.
and she loves it.
There's a reason. Their friendly customer service team will go above and beyond, helping pick out the perfect blender, walking a grandmother through a couple's registry, etc. There's even a group gifting feature that lets multiple guests contribute to big ticket gifts, like my $500 vacuum cleaner.
There it is. There it is. You're not really a married couple if you don't have a Dyson.
A Dyson wall-charging cordless vacuum cleaner.
Oh my gosh.
It's a group gift. Contribute as you wish. You can personalize your registry with photos, notes about why you're coveting certain gifts. They also offer price matching and free shipping every day. They even have a top-rated app for iPhone, iPad, and Apple Watch so that couples can manage their registries on the go.
Oh my.
I mean,
Sounds right up Linda's alley.
Linda is on it. I'm on it. Mm-hmm. Linda and I are a team.
Oh yeah.
Okay, guys, so to sign up with Zola and receive a $50 credit toward your registry, as in you can put $50 toward that $500 vacuum you want.
There it is.
Go to zola.com/drink. That is ZOLA.com/drink and get $50 toward your registry.
Whee! So anyway, staff have said that the room 692 is very hard to keep booked because it's been reported that pillows get yanked from people's heads, from like under their head when they're sleeping. Some guests have literally been pushed off the bed. Others have watched the closet door swing open and heard scratching inside the nightstand next to them where the Bible is. In case you forgot how hotels work. People have night terrors in there, and they will not remember leaving the room.
Ooh.
They will black out and find themselves in the lobby.
Oh, God.
So that's that.
So that's normal.
So that's that on that. Fun fact. I told you this building was built in 1888. Mm-hmm. And it was originally it was an entirely wood structure because it was 1888. You know how they did things then. So in 1926, the hotel caught on fire. The fire completely destroyed the wood structure, so they had to build a new hotel on top of it, and that's why they built it like why it's called the Castle of the Rockies is because they built it like a castle so it would never catch on fire again. So they built it with thick walls of stone, that kind of thing, all that jazz.
Interesting. After
After the fire, when they were about to start renovating and rebuilding a new hotel, they found a hidden room in there. Apparently, it's not as spooky as we want it to be. I could lie to your face and make up a really good story, but
damn it.
I don't need the skeptics telling me that I'm wrong. So the contractors, when they first built the original wooden structure, actually made a mistake in the blueprints, and they ended up, like in the original architecture of it, they created a room by accident. Like 2 rooms were supposed to be bigger than they were, but they ended up being shorter, so there was like a weird little room in between them. And it was said to have no windows or even an area for a door or anything. It was just a weird patch that they weren't expecting to have. So since it was just an empty room that didn't have windows or anything, they just kind of covered up their mistake. So they just built around it, but no one knew that that room was there.
It's still really creepy.
Oh yeah, it just sat there for years and years and years.
Yeah.
So individuals have, I'm just trying not to use the word guests for the millionth time. So individuals,
right.
autonomous humans, have said that in the area where this quote secret room is, they've heard strange noises and even seen apparitions, because even though the room is still hidden,
right,
it's like known, like now they have signs and like, you know, you can read online like that room exists,
right.
But apparently in the hallway next to that room where like everyone knows there's like a hollow spot, people hear strange noises behind the wall. They see apparitions. They've seen dark fog clouds floating nearby and following them to their rooms. Or they will see black clouds floating in the hallway and then go into the wall right where that hollow spot is.
Oh, creepy.
People walk by and feel a sense of doom. Some have heard growls, and one guest swears that they heard a dog barking in there, but it was too deep of a voice to be a normal dog.
Oh,
so it was like a wolf or the dog of death.
Right, sure. That.
Hotel security have also complained about a shadowy figure floating up and down the hallways during the graveyard shift. So not just guests are like calling this out, like security also confirms it. There's also another haunted room, 873, which is a missing room on the 8th floor because they had to cover up that room as well because guests used to be able to stay in there, but a man, his wife and his daughter were all staying there. He had a breakdown and he committed murder-suicide.
No.
So a double murder-suicide.
Holy shit.
So the room is apparently haunted by all three of them. Guests report being awoken in the night by violent shrieks. They've also reported waking up in the middle of the night and seeing 3 shadow people standing over them, 2 adults and 1 child.
I think I'd rather have the violent shrieks than the shadow
People have woken up to blood puddles on the floor that only they can see.
No, thanks.
Like they'd be like to the person they were with, like, do you see that? And no one would see anything, just
what
them.
What the fuck?
Chambermaids report bloody fingerprints on the mirror that could never get washed off. They're just always there. Hotel management decided that it was best to seal off the room and make it look like it was never there. So it's also walled off and like, you can't see it.
Just block it off.
It has been covered and is no longer accessible from the hallway. And people staying in this room always felt like they were not alone. In the halls next to the room, people see a girl walk out of the wall where the door used to be. And when she walks out, she's covered in blood and wounds. People near the room have also heard a woman and or a child screaming inside where the room used to be. And people will report it from different floors.
Oh my God.
And be like, there's a woman up there screaming. And then they'll say like, there's nobody staying on that floor right now. It's like the whole floor is vacant. People have heard a man shouting also from separate floors. So they think someone upstairs or someone downstairs is yelling and no one's there. Reports of domestic abuse have been called into the front desk when no guests are anywhere near that room. And a child will see the little girl, or a child has seen the little girl and waved to her and asked if she was okay. And when her parents asked why, the little girl said because she's covered in blood.
Oh my God. Hey, are you okay?
You good?
Fuck.
Y'all right?
5-year-old me would be like, don't look at that girl.
I'd be like, look away, you see nothing. So there's also 2 other ghosts. There's not much reported on either of them. One is your worst nightmare.
Oh my,
because he's
torso?
Nope, just one torso. He's a bartender who you think is your friend.
Uh-oh.
But he's also as helpful as Sam. Helpful, quote. But he's a bartender and he can tell when people are too drunk and he takes your drinks away from you and tells you to go to bed.
What an asshole.
So a lot of people reported saying, I'm not going to tip that guy. He took my drinks away.
What
and they're
a
like,
douchebag.
They're like, no, he's dead. You can't tip him if you wanted to. So
he just likes to live in the afterlife.
He just likes to be a fucking narc. Like he's such a square.
Yeah. He's like the party pooper of the afterlife.
He's like that person at every sleepover that's like, guys, it's 8:30. Let's go to bed. And I'm like, fuck you.
Who's like, my mom thinks I need to go to bed at 8:30 because have a special skin condition.
Or like, my mom won't let me eat after 7 o'clock. It's like, oh, okay, well, we're not having dinner at your house ever then.
Sorry, Oreos don't count. Goodbye.
We used to have a friend like that. She doesn't listen to the show because she's too big of a scaredy cat. Her name's Cloudy. And she used to always be that one at the sleepovers who, like me and Deirdre, like we always wanted to stay up really, really late. And she'd be like, guys, it's 8 o'clock. I'm so tired.
8 o'clock.
And then she would eventually, like, if we were sleeping at her house, she would go to a different room while Deirdre and I hung out all night. Anyway, so this guy sounds like the Cloudy of the ghost world. So
a cloudy ghost sounds good to me.
So there's that ghost. There's also my particular favorite, where he's a headless ghost.
Good.
Who somehow plays the bagpipes, which requires a head, by the way.
I mean, maybe he has like a airwave through his neck.
Maybe he just has his own soundtrack. And it just follows him around, and he uses the bagpipes to look like he takes credit for the music.
So he's lip syncing.
Yes.
With his
neck.
Empty neck.
Yes.
Okay.
I will end on a quote. It's not really much of a quote. It's more of a whole paragraph. But this was my favorite Yelp review I got from one of the people who worked there. A gentleman attending a conference in 2007 checked into his room on the 6th floor, and he claimed that during the night he heard giggling in the hallway. Also, keep in mind the 6th floor is where room 692 is.
Right.
That like all the evil stuff happens. Assuming, so he heard giggling in the hallway. Assuming it to be ladies returning from late night social activities. I don't know what grandpa fucking wrote this. He tried to ignore it and go back to sleep. The giggling seemed to get louder as though they were on the other side of the wall from his room. Then it sounded as though they were in the room with him.
Oh.
He didn't see anyone. He tried again to block it out and go to sleep, but it began to feel a physical sensation as if someone was trying to push his mattress up and off the bed to get his body to roll off the bed.
What?
He felt his body being pushed up by the mattress but saw nothing, so he went to bed like a fucking freak.
What?
Nothing further occurred that night. The next morning, he contacted a colleague, said Grandpa, who was staying in another room and asked him to stop by. He welcomed his colleague on arrival, then stepped into the bathroom, asking his colleague, I don't know why we keep saying colleague, asking his colleague to wait a minute before they left the room for breakfast. So he went into the bathroom and said, hang out here for a second.
Right.
So his colleague is hanging out in the main part of the hotel room. When the guy came out of the bathroom, his friend was no longer in the room and the door was open.
Uh-oh.
The guest went into the hallway and found his friend there standing out in the hallway under a large picture. I don't know what the picture is of, but they seem to really like hint at this picture.
Okay.
So his friend ended up being outside under this picture, staring at the picture in kind of a trance.
Uh-oh.
So the guest was like, what are you doing? And his friend said he was waiting in the room originally when he felt someone take his hand and pull him towards the door.
No.
The door opened itself and
No.
he was like, he didn't even think about it. He was just told to just keep following someone pulling him out. He followed the pulling sensation out to the hall where he suddenly stopped as though someone had wanted him to get out of the room. After this, the guest wasted no time in requesting a room change. But the guy, his friend, wasn't able to stop talking about the picture for the rest of the day.
Oh my God.
So whatever was in that picture apparently was probably the thing that made him like get out of the room.
What do you think it was?
A picture of me.
I mean, that's what I thought
It
too.
actually was just a giant canvas of our logo.
Oh my God. He was like, I know this is...
He's like, something's gonna happen here. I can feel it.
Something's happening. Geo's involved.
And that is the Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel. California. Oh, Canada. Jesus.
California. What's wrong with you?
That's where I live. I didn't say the place I want to be. I said the place I am.
Right.
Sorry.
Sometimes you confuse like your homeland with your current land.
Yes, you get it.
I get it.
You get it.
Guys, audiobooks are great for helping you be a better you, whether you want to feel healthier, get motivated, or learn something new.
Try books like You Are a Badass at Making Money.
Listen, I read that. I used that the month we started this podcast.
Yeah.
And now Audible's our sponsor. It's fucking amazing.
Well, there you go.
You can also try The Power of Habit, which is a great book for your health. You can try The 4-Hour Work Week.
That one, RJ, my roommate, loves The 4-Hour Work Week.
Really?
That's like one of his favorite books, and he uses Audible too.
And he's a smart guy.
He's a smart guy.
If you want to inspire yourself, you can also get Braving the Wilderness or Daily Self-Discipline. It doesn't matter. Just sign up for Audible and listen to your favorite books.
Listen, if you're a clown like me, you can go listen to It,
Yep.
which I plan on doing.
Listen to it.
It.
Listen. Audible helps you listen to more books by letting you switch seamlessly between devices, picking up exactly where you left off, whether it's on your phone, through your car, from a tablet, or at home on an Amazon Echo. Uh-oh, is she going to go off?
Nope.
Okay.
Woo!
You can get through tons of books hands and eyes free while doing almost anything, which means you can drive your car to work and listen to a book, which is amazing, by the way. Audible members get a credit every month, good for any audiobook in their store, regardless of price, and unused credits roll over to the next month, so you won't lose them. If you didn't like your audiobook, you can exchange it, no questions asked. Plus, your books are yours to keep. With Audible, you can go back and re-listen anytime,
Even if you cancel your membership?
even if you cancel your membership.
Guys, just honestly take advice from Christine's catchphrase. Listen. To Audible.
To Audible. We want to let you guys know that we do have a special deal. If you go to audible.com/drink or text drink to 500500. Again, that's audible.com/drink or text the word drink to 500500. And with that code, Audible's offering our listeners a free audiobook with a 30-day trial membership. Just go to audible.com/drink. Browse the unmatched selection of audio programs, download a title for free, and start listening. It really is that easy. Go to audible.com/drink or text drink to 500-500. I'm going to tell you the story of Michael Alig.
Okay.
Do you know the story?
No.
Great. So this was suggested literally today
Yay.
on the Facebook group by Michaela.
Hi, Michaela.
And I got a lot of the information from an article on The Guardian and an article in Rolling Stone. And I just, it's a very 80s, 90s heavy story. So
Love it.
a lot of you will probably know about it. And if not, buckle up. So Michael Alig was born in 1966 in South Bend, Indiana. He was a straight-A student, graduated in the top 8% of his class, but he was often bullied because he was gay.
Aw.
I know. In 1984, he started at Fordham University on a scholarship.
Hey, I almost went there.
Me too.
Really?
What if we both went there?
Oh my gosh, the alternate realities we could just conjure up right now.
We could conjure up so many.
Did you really almost go there?
Yes.
Do you know my great-grandfather is the first person to ever get a pharmacy degree from there?
No. What the fuck? Are you serious?
Walter Francis Schultz Sr.
You're kidding.
No,
What a name, Walter.
my grandpa Walter.
That's amazing.
Anyway.
So he was at Fordham. He studied architecture and then transferred to the Fashion Institute of Technology, where he met the boyfriend of Keith Haring.
Okay.
Do you know who Keith Haring is?
Nope, but I bet he's a murderer.
No, my friend.
Who is he?
He's a very famous artist.
Oh, I don't know. We have a true crime podcast. Sue me for thinking he was a
drew
murderer.
all those like kind of doodly shaped like people and stuff.
Oh, okay, cool.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, so Keith Haring is a very famous artist. Anyway, so he slash
Sorry for calling him
murderer.
a murderer. TBD. TBD.
I mean, he.
Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
The night is young. So he met Keith Haring's boyfriend, and Keith Haring's boyfriend introduced him to the New York City nightlife. So Alig dropped out of school and began working as a busboy at a famous nightclub called Danceteria.
Love it.
I mean,
Wait, at New York?
Yes.
I think I know about that. Where they all, like all the...
They all dance.
all the waiters like lip sing and perform and get up
Yes.
on the tables
Yes.
and love it.
But it's a whole chain, so there's multiple locations. But yes, it's like a very famous nightclub started in the 80s. He started studying the nightclub business and became a party promoter. Our favorite guys in college. Wrong.
A moment of silence for all the
Wrong.
people who thought that was a good idea.
Guys, relax. Boop, 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 boop. He would throw these crazy parties, and he quickly rose the ranks in New York's party scene. He and his fellow club goers started creating these flamboyant personas, and the group of them became known as the Club Kids.
Of course.
So this was a really famous movement in the 80s and 90s. They wore crazy costumes. One of their more famous members, James St. James, later called the costumes part drag, part clown, part infantilism.
Oh, part clown.
You know.
At least I'm not part infantilism. You know?
You sure?
I think so.
So they were also known for their excessive use of ketamine, ecstasy, rohypnol, heroin, and cocaine.
All my favorites.
Just your daily vitamins.
Which is a snack.
It's just breakfast.
It's just a meal filler. That's all.
It's just Slim Fast.
It's a supplement.
Yes. I'm going to tell you some of the club kids' names here now. Ernie Glam. Gitsy.
Right.
Superstar DJ Kaoki. Richie Rich. Jenny Talia.
Oh, I get it.
That's me.
I heard what happened there. Your genitalia?
Jenny Talia.
Alrighty.
RuPaul. You know RuPaul.
Don't get me started.
And Walt Paper.
I thought you were about to say Walter Schultz, and I was going to be like, Grandpa!
What if Walter
Imagine if it was Walt McYeal.
Walt McYeal and Walter Schultz started the Fordham
Club Kids
Club
with
Kids.
RuPaul.
Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Keep going.
It's all wrong, but
keep
okay. Beep, bop, bop, bop. So the media freaked out and conservatives freaked out. And everyone was like, oh my God, let's film these people and put them on the TV. Okay, so they were featured on Newsweek, People, Time Magazine, The Joan Rivers Show, etc. Like, they were all over the media, basically. Alig started organizing parties for a living. He had these notorious outlaw parties that were thrown in various unconventional places, including a Burger King, a Dunkin' Donuts, abandoned houses, and a Subway.
Wow, so literally all the places I would throw a fucking party.
Yeah.
All right.
You are him.
You missed Baskin Robbins, but whatever.
Maybe that was the after party. I don't know.
That was brunch.
There, the video of the Burger King party is on YouTube, and I watched it.
Is it happening?
It is happening. It's called 90s camcorder action happening in a fucking Burger King, and then the police show up. It's wild.
Sounds like my kind of party.
Just Google it. It's bananas. So Alig was also notorious because of his behavior at these parties. He would throw $100 bills on crowded dance floors just to watch people like scramble and fight over them. And he would also urinate on fellow club goers and would also pee in their drinks as like a show.
Nah.
Yeah, no. He would also like stage these falls where like he would just hurt people because he would just like fall on people.
I can't relate.
No, we've moved past that.
I mean, yeah, I know.
The ability to relate, I think.
We were there. You had me at burgers and police and abandoned houses, but you lost me at falling on people. And usually people are just falling for me.
I mean, it
You know
must
what
be
I'm saying?
hard for you to not be falling for people, but other people be falling for you all the time.
It's my crux.
Next up is pissing in people's drinks.
On my way.
So anyway, his popularity was growing, and so was his drug use. He was arrested several times for drug offenses and entered rehab twice, but continued to use. A lot of his behavior was probably due to his diagnosis of histrionic personality disorder.
Oh, that'll do it.
That'll do it, which, if you don't know, is defined by the American Psychiatric Association as a personality disorder characterized by a pattern of excessive attention-seeking emotions and behavior. Mm-hmm. So, he himself has said, like, well, actually, at one point he said, the doctor who diagnosed me said I was the worst case he ever had. And I was like, but is that your histrionic personality speaking?
Yeah.
Or is that true? Like,
It's the way it was described to me in my classes at school is that it's just like an actual diagnosis for being incredibly dramatic.
yes, that's he said. Nothing, like everything, just had to be blown to the fullest extent of drama that it could possibly be.
Just being involved in everything. It's just yeah, it's very attention seeking.
Very, yeah. So one of the club kids was named Andre Angel Melendez. Angel was his nickname. So Angel was working at this club, but the club found out that he was selling drugs on the premises. So they fired him, and he moved into Alig's apartment. And then on the night of March 17th, 1996, Alig and his roommate, Robert D. Freeze Riggs, got into an argument with Melendez over a number of things, including a long-standing drug debt, and Riggs beat Melendez to death with a hammer.
Well, whoops.
There goes the neighborhood.
There goes Melinda. Melinda? Melissa.
Melendez?
Melendez.
Angel Melendez? A man?
Jesus. I just went with Melinda. Just went with my gut.
There goes Melinda.
There she goes.
She's riding off.
She wasn't even there to begin with.
She's riding off into the sunset because she was never here at all. It's fine. No, his name was... Oh my God. You don't even drink. His name was Andre Melendez, but okay.
I heard Angel Melinda.
You are an insane person.
I'm so sorry.
Okay. So they beat him to death with a hammer, is the point of the story.
Yeah.
They didn't know what to do with the body, so they did the classic move and put him in the bathtub and then filled the bathtub with ice. But after a while, the body started to smell.
Like
because
a dead
it's a
fucking
dead
body.
fucking body.
Hey.
Hey, that's an inside joke, guys.
Don't play this in reverse or you won't know what is going on.
Listen to every episode. Okay, so their next plan made a lot of sense. Their next plan was to go to Macy's to buy knives.
Right.
Yep.
That's what I'd do.
Just get on board. They bought knives and a box at Macy's. Alig told Riggs that he would agree to dismember Melendez's body in exchange for 10 bags of heroin.
Well, who wouldn't?
I mean, come on. So here's what he did. He cut the legs off, put them in a garbage bag, cut his head off, put it in another bag, and then stuffed the rest of his body into a box.
Oh, my.
Then they threw the box into the Hudson River.
It sounds like in Emperor's New Groove when Yzma's like, I put that thing in a box, and then I put that box in another box, then I put that box in another box, and then I send it to myself, and then I smash the box.
Every time, I'm not kidding, every time I'm hungover, I just put that movie on Netflix on repeat and eat so many tortilla chips and watch that movie over and over and over again.
Every time I hear the word box more than once in a sentence, I think of put the flea in a box, and then I sent that box to myself.
Smash the box. Listen,
We tried to watch that last night, and then we ended up watching Chicken Run.
guys, you gotta watch it.
You gotta watch.
If the
Emperor's New Groove is probably one of the greatest American classics.
It is the greatest American. I would argue the greatest American classic.
Look, I'm not here to judge.
I know a thing or two about classic cinema.
Yeah, we only have master's degrees in TV, not film.
As a millennial,
Yeah.
I know about classic cinema.
We know a thing or two about a thing or two.
I have a Snapchat account, and I will tell you all about The Emperor's New Groove.
I'm sorry for getting you off track again.
I gotta talk about it. So, in the weeks following Melendez's murder, Alig allegedly told anyone who would listen that he and Riggs had killed Melendez. He even appeared on TV and said sarcastically, he was a copycat, so we killed him.
Oh!
Because they were really well known in the media for being like eccentric and crazy and like anti-conservative.
Which is why we are also in Newsweek.
Right. We're eccentric and crazy.
And anti-conservative.
Hello.
Fresh.
Okay. So anyway, some people thought he was just trying to get attention, which like fair point. Again, histrionic personality disorder.
Right.
But eventually he sent out a party invitation that joked about the murder of Melendez.
Oh, no.
And people were like, wait, what the fuck is going on? So on April 26, 1996, a month later, a well-known nightlife and society columnist named Michael Musto published an article in his Village Voice column that detailed the rumors behind Melendez's death and the details of the murder. So he didn't use specific names, but the next day, the New York Post picked up the story and the New York Magazine picked up the story. So people were kind of like taking these rumors and turning them into breaking news. So the murder had happened in March, and by September, the police still had not questioned Alig because they were focused on his business partner, Peter Gatyen. They even wanted Alig to testify against Gatyen in court. So people at this point were assuming Alig was getting away with the murder because it had been so many months and the police hadn't even questioned him.
Right.
But then children playing in the water on a beach on Staten Island found a box containing a legless torso.
I hear you.
It had no head and no legs, but it had arms.
Maybe after that box, they found a flea in a box with another box that got shipped to Yzma.
They smashed it!
I like that children had to be involved in this. Like, of all the people in the world to find a legless torso.
They're like,
let it
cool.
be the innocent.
They're like, it's a treasure from Atlantis. And then it's like, why are there arms and no head?
They're all afraid of treasure hunts now.
They're afraid of... Oh, they're afraid of the world now.
Yeah. What could be in this box? Oh, Christmas must be a nightmare.
They have 18... They can't open a Christmas present.
Open this box. No!
What if it has no head? Oh my God. Listen.
It's a new belly button.
Somebody pay for their therapy. Okay. So,
you can find our Patreon.
Okay, a legless torso. I mean, come on. That's outrageous. Okay. So the body was identified as Melendez, and Riggs quickly confessed to the murder. According to him, he hit Melendez 3 times on the head with a hammer. Then Alig grabbed a pillow and tried to smother him. When Melendez was unconscious, Briggs went to the other room, but when he returned, he saw Alig pouring a cleaner, like Draino, into Melendez's mouth. And then the two duct taped his mouth shut.
Oh no.
Alig claimed he didn't remember the details of the murder because he was so high on drugs, but he insisted he killed Melendez in self-defense and then disposed of the body in a panic. And he still, to this day, says he did not pour the Draino in his mouth. He only poured Draino on the body when it was in the bathtub to get rid of the smell. So it's up for debate.
Right, I didn't poison him. I just bleached him with acid.
I just poured body because he smelled so bad. Yeah, it's up for debate what exactly happened with the Draino. But Riggs said he saw a broken syringe on the floor and was like, no, he like put the Draino in his body. So
oh no,
who knows? Either way, obviously it's fucked up. Prosecutors were hesitant to charge Alig with first-degree murder because they were still hoping he'd testify against his former boss, Peter Getyen, who had been arrested for allowing drugs to be sold in his nightclubs. So they were like, we just want him to like put this guy away. So they were hesitant to charge him, which is kind of fucked up. So they eventually offered Alig and Riggs a plea deal. So they would be sentenced to 10 to 20 years if they accepted the lesser charge of manslaughter instead of first-degree murder. Mm-hmm. On October 1st, 1997, both pled guilty and were sentenced to 10 to 20 years. While in prison, Alig told that same journalist I mentioned earlier, Michael Musto, "I know why I blabbed. I must have wanted to stop me. I was spinning out of control. It's like the old saying, what do you have to do to get attention around here? Kill somebody?"
Oh,
so it's like,
my favorite phrase.
It's like that old saying. It's like that old saying we all have hanging in our kitchen above the stove.
Yeah, I love a good yesteryear limerick.
It's like that old wives' tale about how murdering people gets you attention.
Well, Grandma always said, what do I gotta do? Kill someone?
Yep. That's what you gotta do. So while he was in prison in the New York State prison system, he was transferred from prison to prison multiple times. He spent time in the psychiatric ward at Rikers Island. In 2000, he was placed in solitary confinement after he was caught using heroin in prison. He remained in solitary for another 2.5 years after a drug test showed that he was still using drugs. And I actually watched an interview with him where he said being in solitary confinement was like his worst nightmare.
Well, yeah, because I mean, also I imagine if you're someone who craves attention,
exactly,
and you're not with anyone,
exactly,
it must be horrible.
So you're addicted to drugs,
you're addicted to attention, and now you're alone with no social interaction. So he even said at one point, like, if you put like a heavy drug addict in solitary confinement, all they'll do is plot and try to find a way. So he was like, it wasn't healthy for me at all. I don't think solitary confinement's actually healthy for fucking anyone.
Not healthy for anyone.
I believe him.
No. Yes, exactly. So he became eligible for parole in 2006. His first parole request was in November of that year, and it was denied because allegedly parole officers had watched the film Party Monster, which in 2003, which was a fictionalized account of his life starring Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, I did see I know it was based on him.
Yeah, I
haven't seen it in so long, I didn't put the name together.
Yeah, so that's based on him. I mean, it's fictionalized, so
Gotcha.
It's definitely not a documentary, but apparently after parole officers had seen that, it's alleged that they had they were biased about keeping him in prison. So, so he was denied parole. And then in July 2008, he was denied parole again after failing several drug tests.
Well, there you go.
There you go. In an interview with his former fellow prisoner, Daniel Genus, Alig said that his time spent reading while in solitary confinement inspired him to write his memoirs, which he titled Aligula.
Oh, he stole my fucking name. Well, I guess I can't write my autobiography anymore.
Aligula, the story of M.
Yeah, I'm saying. Sounds like Banicula.
Yeah, it does. I was going to say, why does that make me feel weird like I'm in third grade?
Yeah.
Banicula.
Because I'm imagining a vampire bunny eating carrots.
With red eyes.
With red eyes.
Banicula, the story of Christine. Oligula, the story of M.
And Dogzilla.
Dogzilla.
That was the spinoff of Banicula.
Oh, I was going to say the story of Geo. I didn't realize.
It was not good.
So, here's what happened after Oligula was conceived. In March 2009, Alig said Alig, I get it. Oligula.
There it is.
I'm 1,000 years old and I don't understand. Letters are beyond me. Okay. In March 2009, Alig said he finally decided to stop using drugs and that he'd been sober since then. While he was in prison, he would relay his tweets to a friend on the outside who would then manage his Twitter for him.
Oh, Lord.
That's the dream.
That's what's going to happen when I eventually end up in jail. Christine, write out to everyone about how much I miss Oreos.
As if we're not both going to be in jail at the same time. Like, come on. Okay, we need an intern to tweet for us while we're in jail.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. Allison,
Allison?
you there?
Intern? Hello? Some of the tweets, just to like let you know, included how did Justin Bieber get his hair to stand up like that? And why is everyone so mean to Madonna? I mean, fair. Okay. Alig was officially paroled on May 5th, 2014. The conditions of his parole included that he return to New York City and live there, and that he abide by an 8 p.m. curfew. He was also required to undergo drug counseling, anger management counseling, and job readiness training. He granted numerous interviews in which he expressed a desire to star in his own reality show, Me Too. Just kidding. And stage an exhibition of his artwork. In May 2014, it was reported that he was attempting to sell his memoirs and was pursuing a career as a magazine writer. Since September 7, 2014, Alig and fellow club kid Ernie Glam have hosted a YouTube comedy talk show called The PU. And I went on his Twitter, and he's constantly promoting that show. So,
all right,
just FYI, it's still happening. On October 15th, 2014, Alig released the pop song What's In, featuring DJ Kaoki, who was one of his club kid friends.
Yep.
Yeah. On Thursday, February 2nd, 2017, Alig was arrested for trespassing and smoking crystal meth outside the Bronx Supreme Court.
Well, there you have it.
There you have it. At approximately 1:30 a.m. He was detained because the park closes after dusk. The New York Daily News reported that Alig was arraigned on drug possession and trespass charges and pleaded guilty to trespass in exchange for a conditional discharge. So he basically got in trouble for the trespassing, but not for the crystal meth.
Neat.
And as far as I read in the Rolling Stone article, he's still really trying to keep up. He basically is trying to revive that 80s, 90s, like...
Right, he's not over it.
Right, party boy thing.
Like everyone else grew up and he's on his own.
Yeah, well, he has some people who are still, like, trying to be in the group. But the other thing is, like, when he first started the group, and he even says to this day, like, the point of the group was for people who didn't fit in, who wanted to, like, find their people. That was what our group was.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, they were anti-drug. Like, they weren't even...
Oh, weird.
Straight edge. And then over time, like, the club scene, it just kind of, like, became...
Developed.
Yeah, developed into, like, a very drug-obsessed group, and it devolved from there, obviously. And so he still says to this day, like, I want to keep the vibe alive that was before all the drug use, but at the same time, people are like, you literally murdered and dismembered a human.
Yeah. So we don't really care.
Yeah. So it's kind of like up in the air. Like, he was supposed to do a show this past Halloween, a couple months ago in LA. And people like protested hardcore. And
wow.
Thousands of people said, like, he's not an LGBT model.
Like, we don't want him.
Yeah.
We don't own him. We don't claim him.
Yeah, we don't claim him. And people were saying, like, there are 18-year-olds and stuff coming to this show, and, like, we don't want a guy who's been glorified for, like, murdering someone to be
a role model.
This party, whatever. So it's definitely very, like, a hot ticket item. That's not the right word.
A hot ticket item. A cold ticket item.
A very cold, tepid,
Yes.
lukewarm ticket
Yes.
item on eBay.
Very cold and lukewarm.
All of the above. It really spans the temperature range.
Everything besides white hot.
Help me. Yeah, so basically, it's very contentious. He has said in the past, like, don't worry, I can be around drugs. He said in the LA Weekly article, like, I can be around drugs and not do drugs.
Isn't that kind of what every person says?
Yeah, but then he also said, I can be around drugs and not do drugs, but sometimes do drugs and still be me. And it's like, that's not a thing.
It's like, I know my limit after, like, you've gone way beyond your limit.
Yes.
It's like, no, I'm good. I know myself. It's like, we know you too.
Sometimes I do heroin and murder people, but, like, I know my limit.
Yeah, it's okay. Once I, like, kill the third person, then I need to, like, calm down.
You're
a
like,
little bit.
trust me. Just trust me.
Where's the trust, man? Whoa, what's going on? You're
Just
getting so
like-
defensive.
I'm your brother. Trust me.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, it's very crazy. I looked at his Twitter. He's definitely tweeting regularly about his like web series and stuff, and his Twitter bio says he's just happy to be a free man in New York. He's not on parole anymore, so he's completely free to like drink. Apparently, he only drinks Prosecco. So good for you, bro.
Well, all right.
Living the life, you know.
I will, I don't want to say I'm giving him credit at all, but
You're giving him credit.
if he really is, I mean, I don't know from experience, but I know enough to know that drug addiction is really fucking hard to get over.
Sure.
So if he is actually clean,
He's not. He just got arrested for crystal meth.
I know.
Literally this past year.
Okay, never mind. I was going to say, if you really are off drugs, good for you there.
Well,
But-
no, that's, I mean, people,
But I guess he's not.
people really supported that, but then he was like, I could still do drugs every now and then and be anti-drug. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's not how that works.
I was trying to throw him a line.
I know. No, you're right.
He's trying to hustle and give himself a second life, but really also he's not at all.
Yes.
Like if he were actually hustling and trying to make a passion project work and he was off drugs and clean, it's like then
Totally.
we're all rooting for you. But you're not actually
If
doing
he
those
had
things.
redeemed himself, and then like in the past year, he was also arrested for public intoxication at an airport. Like he's just still out of control.
Such a shame. Everyone loves
Such a shame.
Everyone loves a good redemption story.
And he really was clean for a little while. And you're right. Like it is just so, I can't even imagine pulling yourself out of that addiction cycle. But he got back out and was like, well,
Here I am.
I'm back and I can still be the same person. And people are like, I think you don't realize that you murdered your friend, and his family is still like in heartbreak. And
Yeah.
so it's complicated. But yeah. So I know I got excited when I read that he was sober, and I was like, yay. And then it was like, and then he was immediately arrested for doing crystal meth at 1:30 in the morning. And I was like, oh no. So it's a bummer. It's a real bummer. There's a documentary on Netflix called Glory Days, Daze. There's a book written by his friend and mentor, James St. James, who I believe ran his Twitter while he was in jail.
James St. James, that's the guy also in Party Monster.
Yes, he's very famous. Yeah,
Yes.
he's one of the club kids, and he actually like deeply admired Alig during.
That was Seth Green's character.
It was Seth Green, exactly. Yeah. So he was played by Seth Green in Party Monster, and he wrote a book called Disco Bloodbath about Alig and his life and etc. and their friendship. And James St. James was kind of like a mentor to him. And they had a lot of phone calls back and forth. So he like documented a lot of their phone calls while Alig was in jail. There's a documentary also called Party Monster, and then the feature film. And that's that, man.
Wow.
Listen, Michaela suggested this on Facebook while I was at work, and I was like, why not?
Thanks, Michaela.
You know what? You ask and you shall receive.
I will say I've met Seth Green, and he's a very, very nice guy.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes me weirdly, warmly fuzzy and
And
happy.
he's not as short as people make fun of him for.
Really?
A lot of people are like he's like known for being really short, and he's not. I mean, he's short, but he's not
like alarmingly short.
Yeah, he's not like, holy crap, like this is worth writing and making fun about all the time in TV short. Like he's just like a short guy.
Well, yeah. So if you want to watch him play
James St. James. Yep.
Do it. It's called Party Monster, which is what Michael Alig was called back in the day. So it's kind of an interesting throwback to 80s, 90s culture. And when Michaela posted that on Facebook earlier today, I was like, maybe I'll look into it. And then I got really sucked into all the articles. And then I commented, sunglasses emoji, stay tuned.
God.
And everyone's like,
Christine, stop drinking.
Everyone's like,
You're
Christine,
at work.
quit being an alcoholic.
Well, there's nothing our generation loves more than an 80s, 90s story.
We're all about it.
Plus true crime.
It's called Millennials Being Nostalgic.
Yes. It's called We All Know How Shitty This Is. Even though our parents told us being an adult was bad, none of us were prepared. And so we like to pretend that we're living like we're 9. And that's how the whole generation grew up.
We like to pretend Lisa Frank is still surrounding us.
Christine has a Lisa Frank pin for her
do.
denim jacket that I think she just wanted to talk
Next
about.
to my new Franzia pin and my Don't Do It
Don't do it.
Ouija board. Anyway, tell the people where they can find us. Tell the people where they can mail us Franzia pins.
Or hate mail, because we're due.
We're due for that.
Yep. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, ATWWD Podcast. We have a website, and that's whybwedrink.com. We have a shop/store/merch treasures for you. Whatever you want to call it.
We have a merch treasures
Your
for you.
future closet awaits. And that's whybwedrink.bigcartel.com. We have our email, and that's whybwedrink@gmail.com, where you can send in your personal stories with true crime or paranormal, and we do put out a listener's episode every first of the month. You can follow us on our personal accounts at the M Schultz and at Xteen Schiefer. It's like Christine with an X.
It's like
because she thought she was edgy.
I'm clever. Fuck you.
And that's where you can find us.
And that's
why
we
drink. What the? And that's why we drink. And that's why we drink.
Damn it. Bye, guys.